Ja, und damit sage ich Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen und eventuell sogar schon zur letzten Folge The Council. Ich weiß es nicht, aber ich habe so das Gefühl, dass wir uns langsam aber sicher einem Ende nähern. Auch wenn ich mir noch nicht hundertprozentig sicher bin, welchem. Und ich denke, wir werden jetzt unserem Weg treu bleiben und Mortimer folgen, auch wenn ich mir noch immer nicht sicher bin, ob das wirklich das Richtige ist. Und dann schauen wir mal, was passiert.
I'm sorry, Uncle, but I've decided to follow Father.
How can you trust him?
He's my father, and there's so much he has to show me. I'm not responsible for what happened to you. That's your business, the two of you.
You are just as mad as he is, Louis. You'll end up just like him.
Das wäre möglich.
It's over, brother. Don't fight it.
You will be punished for this.
Perhaps, but you won't be there to see it, will you?
You will be punished.
So, schauen wir mal. Okay, Arsenals Geist haben wir nicht getroffen. Aber sonst haben wir eigentlich soweit alles abgeschlossen. Ob es richtig war, wie gesagt, keine Ahnung. Aber das wird sich wahrscheinlich in Kürze zeigen. Dann schauen wir mal. 4 Punkte haben wir noch zur Verfügung. Was können wir denn hier noch? Wir vergeben die mal hier, auch wenn es nicht mehr viel bringt. Lesen können wir soweit auch nichts. Naja, und ich habe hier eine Errungenschaft freigeschaltet, das könnt ihr jetzt hier leider nicht sehen. Irrungen und Wirrungen. Ich glaube, besser hätten wir es nicht beschreiben können. Dann schauen wir mal, ob und wie sich das Ganze hier auflöst und ob wir schon so weit sind. Ich weiß es gerade nicht, aber es wird sich zeigen.
Where am I?
It's all right, son. Don't panic. It's over.
I'm back? Where are the guests?
I invited them to go up to their rooms. They're resting. Don't worry.
Gregory?
We won, Louis. It's over.
He's dead?
Definitively. Now the way is clear. At any rate, rejoice. Great things await us.
What did you do to him?
I devoured his soul.
But I didn't see you use the Holy Lance.
Indeed not. I didn't need to. Can't you guess how I did it? The Lance of Longinus is just a vessel, Louis. It could have been any object that had the blood of Christ on it. The blood of an ancient, more precisely. But I didn't need the blood of an ancient. You see, I have been in dear Lord Mortimer's physical body for longer than my brother has been in Sir Gregory Holmes. Therefore, I am an ancient, Louis.
Okay.
He was your brother. Why did you kill him? He never meant you any harm.
Oh, Louis, I am exhausted. Let's talk about this later.
No, tell me why now. I want to understand.
Stubborn as a mule. After centuries of trying to convince him, I assure you I had no other option than to do away with him. He would never have allowed me to depose our father. In the past, he had already opposed me, and sometimes very violently. He seemed to you like a man of peace, because you did not represent any danger to him. But I can assure you, he was not. With anything to do with our father, he would be merciless. In any case, what's done is done. I'm going to rest in the dining room. Join me there when you're ready. The time has come to end this little antisocial gathering.
I did well not to follow home, didn't I? Come on, let's get it over with and join Mortimer in the dining room.
Okay, ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, ob das wirklich dann für alles eine Auflösung gibt, was mir jetzt hier gerade noch so im Kopf rumspukt. Aber wie es aussieht, nähern wir uns tatsächlich einem Ende, sage ich jetzt mal bewusst so. Jetzt müsste ich eigentlich nur noch herausfinden. Ach ja, toll, jetzt finden wir also auf einmal noch Bücher. Obwohl ich mal relativ sicher bin.
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Dass ich da vorher schon war. Naja gut, wir schauen einfach mal. Dass wir den Speisesaal finden. Genau, der war dann da drüben, ne?
Right, now's the time to join Mortimer. I won't be able to go back after... Here we go.
Louis, I was expecting you.
Do you feel better?
Yes, don't worry, I'll be all right. I wanted to speak with you about what's going to happen next. But before we begin, I would like you to give me back the Holy Lance, please. Now that Gregory is gone, you won't be needing it anymore, and I prefer to put it back in its place.
Of course. Here you are, Father.
Thank you. You wouldn't have been able to do much with it anyway, given it isn't the right one.
You mean I got the wrong one?
Now, don't blame yourself. There was a reason why I put it with all those copies. If you had been forced to use it, it would never have prevented one of us from changing bodies. This conference will have been one of the most eventful I've ever known.
I'll just have to take your word for it.
Before I get to why we're here, you must know that I've been watching you very closely over these past few days. I won't hide the fact that I was disappointed that you did not succeed in saving Jacques Peroux. You handled that situation very badly. As far as the door of my crypt is concerned, it is a pity that you lost your hand while trying to open it. You succeeded in telling the Hillsborough twins apart. Even for me, that wasn't an easy thing to do at first. I remain proud of what you achieved for me by falsifying that letter to the Pope on behalf of Piaggi, because I know that was not an easy task. But the important thing is that you escaped the worst with Volner, because he could have killed you when you were in the guise of Piaggi.
Yes, it was a bit touch and go.
Which leads me to a chat about what I envisage for you now. You are the chosen one, Louis. The one I've been waiting for all this time.
Thank you,
We are going to be able to become one.
I don't quite follow you.
Be proud of yourself, son, for you are the one I have chosen to be my next mortal coil.
But what about me? Am I imagining things, or did he just tell me to my face that he's going to eat me?
Unfortunately, no, you won't survive the transfer, but I want you to know that I only select my bodies from my own children, and that you are the one who has impressed me most. It's far from being my first time, as you can imagine. I didn't think it was possible to find a more promising son than dear Augustus. You can be very proud of yourself.
Wait a second, hang on. Do you realize what you're saying? Are you insane?
Oh, calm, my son. Let's not end everything on a bad note, please.
Son of a bitch! He's not going to get away with this so easily. I won't let you do it.
What on earth are you thinking? That you'll be able to kill me? This is ridiculous, Louis. Come now, be reasonable. Don't fight.
I won.
Was?
As Mortimer had planned, Napoleon Bonaparte sold Louisiana to the United States after purchasing it from Spain. Bonaparte continued his political and military ascension until he proclaimed himself emperor. He went on to invade a large part of Central Europe. The legend of Napoleon persisted after his death, conferring on the emperor the role of Messiah for France. Remaining very popular, George Washington put an end to the various internal rebellions without violence and re-established trade agreements with Great Britain. Upon his death, he became a national hero and left an entire nation in a state of mourning. On his return to Spain, Manuel Godoy proceeded to give Louisiana up to France. Later on, he became the target of the Crown Prince of Spain, Ferdinand VII. The latter gave no respite to his mother's lover, going as far as condemning him to exile. He confiscated all of Manuel's titles and possessions, as well as those of his mistress, Pepita. Pursued, they ended up living out their last years in France in poverty and anonymity. The influence von Wollner had over King Frederick William ironically ended up working against him. The sovereign thrust him into increasing repression until the end of his reign. Von Wollner became the object of the people's hatred, was therefore stripped of his titles and land by the new king, and died in poverty to general indifference in the Prussian countryside. The Duchess, through her close ties with the Crown, made it possible for Great Britain to build closer links with the United States on both the diplomatic and commercial fronts. She became inseparable from Marchioness Cunningham, reputed for being the most influential mistress of King George IV of England, and whom she inducted into the Golden Order. His Eminence, having successfully accomplished his mission, returned to His Holiness the Pope with full honors. Although all his ambitions had become possible, to the stupefaction of his entourage, the Cardinal preferred to retire to his Tuscan monastery, far from all political and diplomatic entanglements. Fascinated by the techniques involved in exorcism and demonology, he dedicated the last years of his life to the study of Inquisition reports. No more was ever heard of Lord William Mortimer. His sudden disappearance was the subject of conversations in the European courts, but only for a few months.
Okay, das war also ein relativ erfolgloser Abschluss der ganzen Geschichte. Aber was denn dann nun aus uns geworden ist, lässt das Ganze leider offen, und so bleiben wir mit ein paar Fragen zurück. Alles in allem fand ich die ganze Geschichte nicht verkehrt, auch wenn mich das Ende mehr und mehr verwirrt hat. Kann auch durchaus sein, dass ich irgendwann mal noch einen zweiten Durchlauf starten werde, um zu gucken, was ich gegebenenfalls verpasst habe oder was ich vielleicht anders machen könnte. Ja, ansonsten würde ich sagen, haben wir uns mehr oder weniger gut jetzt mal vom Ende ausgenommen durch das ganze Projekt geschlagen. Und ja, ich würde mich dann freuen, wenn ihr beim neuen Projekt wieder dabei seid. Es wird vermutlich erstmal wieder noch ein weiteres Storygame sein. Ich habe da noch so ein paar auf meiner Liste, die ich schon länger vor mir herschiebe und die ich auf jeden Fall für dieses Jahr in Angriff nehmen werde. Mal schauen, wie gut und wie schnell wir da dann vorankommen und was sonst noch so ansteht. Konkret kann ich dazu zum jetzigen Zeitpunkt noch nichts sagen. Ich würde mich jedenfalls freuen, wenn ihr bei weiteren Projekten wieder dabei seid, und sagt bis dahin wie immer danke fürs Zuschauen, macht's gut, bis zum nächsten Mal und ciao ciao.